evening. My name is Baba Wale Adepoju, or just Wale for short, and I'm glad to be with you guys here this evening. Basically, I just want to give you a quick testimony of one of the issues that I had growing up, which was my immense anger. See, I didn't have just the type of regular anger where most people, just get mad and say stuff and do things and just it's over with. I had the type of anger where it would start in my stomach and then it would flow from my stomach and go up to my heart, where my heart would start to pump faster and faster and faster and faster. And then my heart was pumping, my stomach was turning, and then it would go all the way up to my head. My head would start pounding. And at times when I got to the place where I was the most angry, I would actually white out, which means I would just see white. And not only would I white out, I wouldn't even remember what happened after I got to that point. So I was liable to do anything. And I just really didn't understand where all this immense anger was coming from. In fact, if it wasn't for God, this type of anger could have landed me in prison or even worse. One thing that I do remember is I was at Oakwood a long time ago, back in '06, and I went and I had a girl at that time that we were taking a break, but this guy that was okay with, he kept coming up to me, he kept saying, what's up? And we weren't that cool, so I knew something strange was going on. And then at a party, one of my friends told me, basically that guy was trying to set up my girl at the time with this other dude. So when I heard that news, I started to feel that anger flowing through. And the thing about this anger, it doesn't go away just right away. It actually takes time. Sometimes it even takes days to go away. And so I was dealing with that. And I was super angry. So I was like, I know what I'm going to do. So I proceeded to load up a 357 Llama, and Oakwood has something they call intramurals, and I went to the intramurals, basically in school competition in football. I went up to the field with the intention of putting a bullet in the back of both of those young men's head. But God actually stopped me by not only talking to me directly, but also showing me a vision of me in jail and my mom crying. So that stopped me from that situation. But that anger was something that I just didn't know where it came from. I didn't know what was going on, and it's something that I really needed basically help with. Now, one of the things that I remember was a root cause when God revealed it to me later, actually, was that anger was triggered specifically by my pride. You see, my pride that I had, anytime somebody touched my pride or cut at my pride, that anger would come through. Another thing that God showed me was the stuff that was in my environment was feeding into this anger. So, basically, if I'm watching violent stuff, if I'm watching violent movies, that kind of puts images and stuff in my head that, they caters to violence. Or if I'm listening to violent music, that was the best thing. Whenever I was angry, I would just blast, some old timers like Tupac, like Biggie, like, even 50 Cent or some other ones that I usually listen to. And that would be the angry music would feed into that as well. So I had to remove some of these things out of my life to lessen the anger. In addition to that, not only the music and the TV and the environment, being around people that were angry all the time, there was something called a generational curse. And I want to tell you, young people, generational curses are real. I'm in counseling now, and when I talk to my parents about some of our genealogy, I realize that anger is something that is in our bloodline. And because of that, those spiritual things that are generational, only God can really take that away from you. So I had to start to find a solution, and that solution, now I can do other things to make it better, but that solution is rooted in God. Now, some of the extra stuff, the more practical things that I did, I had to go to counseling. Being a counseling major or a counseling concentration, we have to get counsel. So when I went and got counsel, a lot of these things that I didn't know how to talk about or how to express started to come out. And I started to see that the anger was deep rooted and it flowed from something even deeper than just being angry. Another thing that happened is during those times where I was not myself, actually other people could see it too. And it just so happened, I remember my mom and my sister had specifically told me they were praying at that point in time because they knew something was off with me. And I'm just telling you, really, if you ever feel this anger coming on, this is not something that you can solve by yourself, but I really suggest that you tell someone, especially a spiritual leader, and just have them pray over you, pray on you, and keep you in prayer, because those prayers work from keeping me out of jail and keeping me alive. Another thing that I wanted you to know is exercise. Exercise or some form of staying healthy. Eating right helps with your anger. Exercising is a way to release your anger. You have to find ways to positively release this energy that's built up in you. And the most important thing that happened to me that helped to get me and my anger under control was studying the Word of God. The more and more I realized how much God loved me, and He also loved the people that caused harm to me or that I felt that hated me, that was really the deciding factor that helped me to come and to get my anger under control. So I just suggest to you, if you're having this problem with the anger, make sure that you see a professional, make sure you ask for prayers, but most importantly, stay in that word and pray for yourself that God delivers that anger from you. Thank you, and I hope to speak to you soon. God bless.